Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm super excited to be sharing this masterclass live with you today. We are talking about my absolute favorite topic, eating right for your body type. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to jump into the presentation. All right, here we go. So I'll start the slideshow. All right, today we are talking about easy weight loss with your personalized body type plan. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Sue-Ann Hickey. I am a naturopath and creator of Body Typology System for Lasting Weight Loss. Nutrition, healthy eating, healthy lifestyle has been a passion of mine for over 30 years. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story as we get going. But first, I want to invite you to get away of all distractions, close the door, grab a piece of paper and a pen if you want to take some notes while we get going, and shut down your cell phone. It's so easy to say, well, I can multitask. I'm sure there's some things I already know, so I'll just handle my emails at the same time. So try not to do that. Give this your full attention so you can get the most out of it that you possibly can. So we're diving into the 4 body types. You see the picture here, and it has to do with the glands. So you see the gonad type has to do with the ovaries. There are only women that are a gonad type. That's also sometimes known as the pear body type, the thyroid body type, and then next the adrenal body type. Those are the 2 little glands that are on top of the kidneys. There are fight or flight glands. So those are always triggered when we're in a lot of stress. So we'll be talking about the adrenal body type and how it's important for them to handle stress. And finally, the pituitary type. The pituitary gland is a super important gland that balances our hormone, our metabolism, weight loss, so many other things. So we'll be talking about all those 4 body types. So let's jump in. All right, here's what we'll be covering today. We're talking about the main things that keep you from losing the weight you want to. As I said, I have a few little tips when we get started. We're going to be talking about how to never deprive yourself, right? That never works when you try and cut out all your favorite foods and like white knuckle it through dieting. It never ever works. How the body type system works, my favorite thing to do, and how to maintain your ideal weight. Most importantly, it's always about maintaining it, right? Because we can follow some diet that's super hard to do for a short amount of time, lose the weight, but then you're gradually going to gain it back unless you find a system that you can follow long term. So before we start, I want you to just take a minute and pause. Whoops, getting ahead of myself. So I want you to answer the question, why are you here? Whether you're watching the replay or you're here live, why is it important that you decided to be here and watch this today? And I want you to just check in. And what is that answer, that feeling, that emotion that comes up of why it's important for you to be here today? Maybe write it down. For me doing this work, I took a training recently, and that was the first question they asked us. Why are you taking this training? It was about being a better person to run groups. So running my weight loss membership, I wanted to learn everything I could to even take it to the next level. And when I started checking in with myself, I started getting really teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my God, why am I getting choked up? And the reason why I just got in touch with how important it is for me to do this work, because our health is the most precious gift we have. And if we don't take care of it, then down the road, we will be suffering with disease and maybe needing more medication. And I was so moved because also recently, 2 of my very close friends have lost their husbands, both due to cancer. Could it have been prevented? Cancer, there's so many reasons, but one had a very unhealthy lifestyle. And I believe that if he had made changes early on, following a healthy diet, doing some more exercise, taking care of himself, he could have lasted way longer. And so that's why I am here. So I want you to question yourself, why are you here? And why is it important for you to be following this? Now, perhaps you've never weighed this much before. Perhaps when you get lonely or bored or you're stressed, you find yourself grabbing snacks uncontrollably. You might be feeling super discouraged and longing to fit back into your old clothes. And you might stop and start diets and blame yourself when they don't work. All right, I'm trying to click forward, and the slides are not advancing the way they should. There we go. Okay, so does this sound like you? Maybe you've tried exercising, and even with all the exercise you do, you're still staying the same weight. You're super busy, and like trying to find a day to meal prep all day or work out is just not happening for you. Maybe you've been struggling forever to lose that last 10, 20 or more pounds, and you find it so hard to stop that late night snacking. Maybe you've tried every diet, it seems, and nothing ever works. You might even be feeling desperate. And you sense that emotional eating might be the underlying cause. So, this is the right place to be if any of that sounds like you. We're going to learn why your body might have been holding the weight in place, the essential shifts that you can make, how to cut out unhealthy snacking and overcome late night eating, and finally, how to balance your glands for easy weight loss. So, a little bit about me now. Nutrition and healthy eating has been my passion since 1990. I took my first yoga class back in 1990, and it started completely transforming my health. I started researching and learning everything I could about healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. And at the time, when I grew up, when I was little, here I am in a ski bunny outfit. We had a pretty healthy lifestyle. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. That's me in the center of the old car, showing my age. But there were a lot of, challenging traumas and things. I don't know about you, but I didn't end up with having the perfect childhood and the perfect parents. My dad left and came back many, many times. There was so much pain of losing my dad, abandonment issues. And I ended up partying a lot. Maybe food wasn't used as my coping mechanism or my way to numb all those feelings that I had pressed down inside that I had no idea that were there. So much sadness and pain. So that's in university. I was a member of the sorority. We had a ton of parties all the time. But I did a lot of healing, a lot of, I did therapy, I did reading every self-help book, doing workshops, and a lot of learning and healing, as it's a lifelong thing, right? And finally, almost 5 years ago, I met the man of my dreams. And life is a little easier now as I've healed so many things. So I bring all those tools that I've used along with my practice to help my clients. So back in 1998, I started out on an around the world spiritual journey, starting out with my yoga teacher's training course. It was kind of eat, pray, love Canadian style. I stayed in ashrams, I stayed in a Buddhist monastery. This is in Nepal, and learning about Buddhism and meditation, starting that healing journey. I ended up teaching yoga for 24 years and absolutely loved it. But after a while, it was time to take that passion for healthy eating to a whole new level. And I started training to be a naturopath in 2006. And so that really helped me to transform my health and my life. At the time when I was teaching yoga, I was vegetarian, and I firmly believe that a vegetarian diet and a plant-based diet is the healthiest diet on the planet. However, for some body types, we can maybe not be getting enough protein. And that was true for me. For my thyroid body type, I lacked protein. So I was hungry all the time. I would be snacking all the time. I would be reaching for carbs and sweets and sugars. I would start my day with cereal, and an hour later, I'd be snacking, and I couldn't figure it out. My energy was up and down all day long. I would crash in the afternoon. I would yawn nonstop. I would kid you not, for half an hour every afternoon. I'd be falling asleep before lunch. It was just super hard. I didn't have the strength and energy that I wanted to do all the sports that I wanted to do. I had eczema all over my hands for 20 years. I was hypoglycemic. So, if a meal was delayed, stand back, get out of the way, and don't say anything because Sue Ann would bite your head off. So I had a lot of things going on. But when I started taking my classes to be a naturopath and I learned how to eat right for my body type, everything changed. I started gaining strength. This is back in the day, I was in a cycling club. This is a big hill we're going up, and I'm in front of the boys, as you can see. But anyways, when I started the cycling club, I couldn't even, barely finish the rides. I was like on the couch for the rest of the day, unable to move. I was just completely wasted. And at the same time, as I started taking my classes to be a naturopath and eating right for my body type, my strength and energy started increasing, and I start feeling better and better. And people in the cycling club were like, "What are you doing?" Like, I want what she's having. So it just completely transformed my life. And I'm like, this is a no-brainer. I am eating this way for the rest of my life. I felt so much more balanced. I wasn't hungry all the time. I've always maintained my weight since then. And I started helping hundreds of other people learn how to eat right for their body type too, because it was so beneficial for me. This is one of my clients, Cindy. I mean, she was running half marathons. She was working out, running, and still she couldn't lose the pounds that she wanted to. She said she wanted to lose 10 pounds. Eating right for her body type, she ended up losing 28 pounds and still maintaining it, feeling so good. I think it's a little dark, the photo, but she looks so much younger and she felt so much better. This is Paula in Ohio, and she also was able to reduce her diabetic and blood pressure meds. She said the program saved her life because she was going down the path of unhealthy lifestyle, with diabetes and challenges. And so it helped her so much to be able to learn how to eat right for her body type and nourish her body, because she was challenged with learning how to eat healthier meals. So I believe that one size fits all never works. Say you put 3 people on a diet. One might feel amazing, have a ton of energy, lose the weight, feel great. Another might feel horrible and actually gain weight. And the third might feel completely indifferent and stay the same. So that's why, we're all unique. You're as unique as your fingerprint, and your healthy eating plan should be as well. So there's so much information out there, right? You have no idea what to do anymore. Like, eggs are good. No, and next day eggs are bad. Oh, eat gluten-free. No, keto is good. No, actually keto is bad. Try intermittent fasting. It works for one person, but the next person's putting on weight. So I'm here to cut through all the confusion. As I said, nutrition, healthy eating has been a passion of mine since 1990. I'm still reading tons of books, usually by medical doctors. My latest favorite is Outlive, The Art and Science of Longevity by Dr. Peter Attia. And it thrills me that each time I read these books, when they're well written and not like totally one-sided, that the doctors are advocating what I've been saying for decades. So let's get started. The thing is, a lot of people, need to find the way from A to B, but sometimes doing it on your own, you might end up like doing the top one up and down. And I always say the road to success is not a straight line. There will be challenges, but having someone help you out and cut through all the confusion can make it so much easier for you. Now, the number one misconception I find that so many people don't understand is you do not have to avoid carbs to lose weight. It's always about the types of carbs, right? So you can have good quality carbs and replace your ordinary carbs with better alternatives. So things you can use are like brown rice, excellent. Quinoa is so good. Potatoes are not the enemy. As I was saying in the challenge that we just finished, the Healthy for Life Starter Kit, potatoes are great as long as they're not piled high with butter and sour cream. There's sweet potatoes, also so nourishing. Buckwheat is one that we don't think of. So buckwheat absorbs all the nutrients from the soil. So it's super nutrient dense, which is key in your like aiming for quality food. It always comes back to how can you eat foods that are more nutrient dense, that's nourishing your body, helping you feel full so that you're not looking for unhealthy snacks in between the meals, because that is what usually keeps the weight on. There's also barley is a super great carb that a lot of people don't think about. You can put barley in soups like pea soup or lentil soup. Rye is also a great alternative, and kamut and spelt. So some people know about these ancient grains. They are a kind of wheat, but because they are ancient grains, they haven't been transformed. So they are full of vitamins, minerals, higher in protein, higher in good quality fats. So if you can find, usually in the health food store, pasta or bread or cereal made with kamut or spelt, choose those. And I swear you have like a bowl of kamut cereal in the morning, you will be fine all the way until lunch. Now, you notice that wheat is not on this list, right? So what's wrong with wheat? Wheat has been hybridized, manipulated, transformed. It is not the wheat that it used to be. They want it to grow twice as fast, twice as big. They've completely changed this, what used to be a healthy grain. And it always comes back to, usually, what have we done to the food to make it not as nourishing as it used to be? So when you cut out wheat and replace it with any of the healthy alternatives I just named, bye-bye bloating. I swear to God, how many clients I've had after a couple of weeks or even like 1 week of working with me, when they switch out the wheat, they're like, oh my God, my bloating is gone. I can't believe it. So the good carbs also, they're full of B vitamins. So I don't know, me, I need more calm in my life. So when I have my good carbs, these B vitamins nourish the nervous system and help keep us calm. A little goes a long way, as I said, so you don't need a whole lot. A half a cup is perfect. So you can add a half a cup to lunch, a half a cup to dinner, and you will see a huge difference because they keep you satisfied so long. So I invite you to give this a try. The second huge misconception is people think, if I get a diet, I have to deprive myself, I'm going to be hungry, and therefore that will make me like irritable and cranky and all the things. Absolutely not. I do not believe in depriving yourself and trying to eat salads for lunch and dinner. The opposite will happen, right? So sometimes my clients will tell me, oh, Sue-Ann, I was so hungry all day Tuesday. Like, I don't know what was happening. And I'm like, well, what did you have for dinner? And I think back, I'm like, oh, well, just a Caesar salad. I'm like, okay, so that's only lettuce. You forgot about having protein and you forgot about having your good quality carbs. Add those in, complete game changer. The biggest misconception people make, not mistake rather, is at lunch, they just grab something fast, right? You're busy, you're at work, or you're on the run, you're out and about, you grab a little wrap or a sandwich or a salad. That's healthy, right? But when it's not enough food, you will be hungrier in the afternoon. So you'll be looking for snacks, and then you'll be hungrier at dinner. So you might way overeat at dinner because you didn't have enough lunch. So, we don't live in a perfect world, but this is kind of what we're aiming for at lunch and dinner. And again, this will be another complete game changer for you when you get in a habit of adding in your good carbs at lunch. And if you don't have like quinoa or brown rice, then grab a piece of bread that's made, with rye or kamut or spelt. That's perfect. Just get in a little bit of good carbs, lots and lots of vegetables, and your protein. And aim for, let's say you're having a salad. What I do is I add in leftover veggies. So I'll add in like steamed veggies that I had from the night before. Maybe it'll be green beans or broccoli or cauliflower or squash or, so it's not just lettuce and tomato and cucumber, which are all very nice, but they're just like watery. So adding in way more consistent veggies, again, will make a huge difference because you'll be more satisfied and full. All right. And you can have snacks People say, well, what about snacks? Yes, you can have snacks. Say you did have a light lunch, then by all means, make sure you have a healthy snack after. I can send you my protein bar recipe. I'll send it with the link for the replay after. It's an amazing recipe. It's a lot of ingredients, but it's worth the time. So yes, have a snack mid-afternoon by all means if you're hungry, and having dinner at 5 or 6 or whenever time is perfect for your body type. And now, woohoo, let's dive into how you can eat for your body type and why this works so well. So how does this work, eating right for your body type? What is this all about? So we distinguish 4 different body types for the woman and 3 for the men, and it has to do with the glands. But nothing is wrong with those glands. So someone might say, oh, I have hypothyroid, so therefore I must be a thyroid type. No, it doesn't work that way. You can have hypothyroid and be any of the 4 body types. So the way it works is it kind of works with your metabolism. So say you're kind of slow in the morning, takes you a while to get going. Some people are jump out of bed and ready to go just because they have to be at work or get the kids out the door. But given the choice, think about on the weekends and, do you like jump out of bed and you're like full speed ahead, tons of energy? Or are you kind of, I just want my coffee, a little bit of time alone. So if you're more the latter, then that could indicate that your metabolism is also a little slow in the morning. So a small light breakfast is perfect for you. Medium to lunch, and dinner is the main meal of the day because that is when your metabolism is highest, and that is when you're going to burn it off most easily. So I've had clients that have been doing the complete opposite of that. They think everyone says I need a huge breakfast and I need to eat my protein, so they're trying to eat this big meal at breakfast. And for some body types, like the adrenal body type, if they do that, that can actually trigger them to be more hungry all day long. So, it all depends on you, your metabolism, and each body type has a different metabolism and a different way that's eating that's best for them. So say someone else, just to go back to, so someone might be trying to eat a big breakfast, a medium lunch, and a small dinner because they want to lose weight, and then they're hungry all night long, so they're reaching for snacks because actually their eating pattern is the opposite of that. Someone else who jumps out of bed full of energy, ready to take on the day, they might need a bigger breakfast, bigger in protein. So that's a little bit about how it works. It works with your metabolism. And everyone has their different things that they are, different foods that are better for them and different foods that they should avoid. So eating right for my body type, as I mentioned, completely transformed my health. That's quite a while ago, before COVID, giving a little talk to some people. And so different indications of how to figure out your body type. Because on this call or replay, I want you to try and figure out your body type and then get some tips about what's the best thing that works for you. So number 1 question is, are you a morning person or a night owl? So the morning people could be, as I said, jump out of bed. And those would be more like the thyroid type or the pituitary type. Generally, the gonad or pear-shaped or adrenal body type, or that's kind of known as the apple shape, they are a little bit slower in the morning and like to take their time. So do you prefer sweet or salty or both? And each of the body types, again, the pituitary type and the thyroid type, we would place those more in the sweet body types. And the salty body types could be adrenal or gonad. But the adrenal sometimes say both. They're not fussy with their cravings. But it's a little challenging because cravings, like there's so many different varied cravings, right? So there's so many overlaps. Someone might say, I prefer sweet, but they might have something going on like candida that is making them crave more sweets. What happens when you eat the right foods at the right time, you're balancing the body from the inside out. So you will, and the most important thing is you're going to be maintaining your weight. And I want you to obtain optimal health. Without it, as I was saying from the beginning, we don't have much. So that's the most important thing, is to how to stay healthy until you're in your 70s, 80s, 90s, and more. Right? So there are 3 body types for men. As I said, the gonad body type is only for the woman. Now, the main question to ask, even before we figure out your body type, is if you have hypoglycemia. So what is that? How to answer that is, how do you feel if a meal is delayed? If you say, I feel shaky, dizzy, trembling, I get headaches, I get complete brain fog, I feel like I'm going to pass out, or super, super irritated like I did, any of these symptoms could indicate that you have hypoglycemia. So the number one thing we need to do first is help you balance out your blood sugar. Usually that entails eating more protein, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And once we get your glycemic levels balanced, then we transfer into eating right for your body type. So that's just one caveat. When I'm working with my clients or in the membership, that's the first thing we do, is help you get over your hypoglycemia and balance your blood sugar. Then we move on to the body type plan. So let's start with the adrenal body type. Now, if you're an adrenal body type, number one thing to know is, if you look at the pictures and you try and figure out by just the pictures alone, you can be completely thrown off, because I've had some gonad body types that's pear-shaped that have come in, and they're very tall and slim, and they only have a tiny little bit of extra weight on the hips. And so I'm thinking, oh, maybe they're thyroid type. And then they tell me, I'm not hungry at all in the morning. I'm like, can't be thyroid type if they're not hungry at all in the morning. So by process of elimination is kind of how I figure out someone's body type. So you look at the cravings, food preferences, we look at your energy levels, we look at ailments that you're most prone to, especially as you get older, and especially personality. All those things will indicate your body type. So the adrenal type is a strong, warm, sociable, hardworking. So this guy on the left with the red t-shirt, he would be probably adrenal body type. They love being around people. And yes, there are introverted adrenal body types, but generally they're sociable and they're very hardworking. People love them because they can count on them. They're always there for others as well, and they're kind of the party people, those that are extroverted. They can crave meats like cold cuts, hamburgers, French fries. They do like their sweets as well sometimes. They might like wine or alcohol. Some don't drink at all, obviously. They like fatty foods, salty foods, but when they drink alcohol, that can make them feel strong. So that's a challenge for them to, sometimes they're a little overly attached to the alcohol. Now, if you're an adrenal type, you are the strongest of all 4 body types. You can move the furniture around, carry in all the bags of groceries. You have a strong upper body, and you have a very stable energy, maybe a little slow to get going in the morning, but once you get going, you keep on going, and no matter how tired you are, you keep on going. It's incredible how much you can go through without getting into burnout, because you're super, super strong. So the tips for your body type would be, number one, to eat a smaller, lighter breakfast. As I said before, if you have the bacon and eggs and hash browns and all the things, if you go out for breakfast, that can trigger you to be hungrier all day long. So try to avoid that. Number 2 is stress management. The adrenal body type really might have a calm exterior, but they have a lot of internalized stress going on underneath the surface. And that can hinder weight loss, because stress will totally make the body hold on to the weight. So everything you can do to better manage your stress is super, super important for you. Reducing the salty and fatty foods is key. and be aware of portion control, because the adrenal type will often say, I just love food. I have heard that many times from my adrenal body types, and it's true, and you do. So how can you serve yourself a normal portion, put the food away, and stop at one plate? Do not go back for seconds. And following these tips, reducing the fat and salt, should help you start dropping the pounds you want to. This is Richard. He lost, I think, 25 or more pounds. I worked with his wife as well. Both had great success. It was so much fun working with him. He's a strong adrenal type. You see the strong upper body, broad shoulders, and the belly fat is kind of high. Like it's not. I mean, for some people it can be a little bit lower, but generally the belly fat is a little bit right underneath the chest. All right, next is the thyroid type. So the thyroid type tends to gain weight around the middle, like a spare tire. They tend to have longer limbs, so longer arms, a slender face, and they are sentimental, very nervous. They can be enterprising. And the two systems that you have to be careful of with the thyroid type is the nervous system and the digestive system. So one thing I forgot to mention is for the adrenal type, the systems that they have to be careful of is the cardiovascular system as they get older. If you're an adrenal body type, you might have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and your liver might be congested. Super important for you to do a liver detox. So that's for the adrenal type. So the thyroid type, as I said, for myself, I'm a thyroid type. If you're a thyroid type as well, you can have that up and down energy like I used to have before I learned how to eat right for my body type. We are morning type, so we jump out of bed ready to take on the day. Morning time is the best time for me. And we tend to use stimulants, sweet carbs, to spike our energy up. That's exactly what I was doing before I started learning about my body type, constantly looking for bread and carbs and cereal and sweets to spike myself up. And also, a lot of thyroid types drink way too much coffee to try and get that spike all day long. So the main tips for the thyroid type is you need protein, protein, protein. So how can you increase your protein at breakfast? Sometimes it might look like eggs when the yolk is runny. It has a negligible effect on cholesterol. Or it might be some Greek yogurt, adding in like chia seeds, so walnuts, everything you can to up your protein intake will help keep you balanced, keep the weight off, and help you feel so much better. All right, now on to the gonad type. They are more tendency to gain weight a little bit lower body. Sometimes when I ask my gonad types, do you have any cellulite? They'll say yes. And when I ask since when, they might say, for as long as I can remember or since I was a teen. So they can tend to have cellulite a little bit longer. The main concern for them and their body type is the reproductive system. So if you're a gonad type, you might have breast cysts or ovarian cyst. Some people might have endometriosis. Maybe when if you were still menstruating, your periods might be heavy. You might have pain or cramping. You can have a little bit more congestion in your body than other body types. So you might have varicose veins, lymphatic system can use some help. So those are all typical ailments relating to the gonad type. So the gonad type is often the motherly caregiving type. Whoops, we went forward a little bit. So you get to stare at peanut butter for a long time now. So the gonad type, here we go. A lot of them are nurses, or psychologists or massage therapists. And yes, again, there are always exceptions to the rules. I've had gonad types to say, nope, I'm not motherly caregiving at all, but they were 100% a gonad type. So, but you do tend to go towards those caring professions, and you love taking care of others. If you have children, you love taking care of your kids or your pets, and often that is to the detriment of yourself. So you might spend, way too much time doing everything for everyone else and always putting yourself last on the list. You might self-sabotage by, feeding everyone else first and eating too late, or skipping meals because you got to drive, your mother to her appointments all day long, or things like the gonad type can be over the top in how much they do for others. And it's super, super important for them to take care of themselves, to have their meals on time, to do everything it takes to take care of their health and eat their meals on time and exercise and do all the things. A lot of them will say they love creamy sauces or cheesy things. Fettuccine Alfredo can be a favorite. Some might say they just love peanut butter and toast for breakfast. And one of the main things for them is peanut butter and toast can be a little bit too heavy and fatty if you're a gonad type. So, and you might not be hungry for breakfast, but can you have something super light, like maybe just a fruit or a smoothie, something light, always to keep your metabolism going? That's the most important thing. And then lunch around 12. Dinner is early for you. Almost across the board, my gonad types will tell me, maybe they get home from work at 4:30 and they start eating everything, like just dive into the snacks or the chips or whatever is there, because actually 5 o'clock is the perfect time for you to eat dinner. So get your meal at 5, and that can completely change everything for you. You will drop the pounds when you eat a dinner early, don't eat at night, and have smaller portions for you. You don't need a lot of food. So reduce the portions gradually. I swear this will work amazing for you. And when you're feeling hungry at night, you want that snack. Sometimes it may be just because you're lacking or looking for affection. So what can you do to get that affection instead of reaching for food, whether it's calling a friend or getting a hug or being with your pets or whatever you can to avoid that late night snacking? This is Lesia. I loved working with her. She lost 35 pounds. She's a gonad type with 4 kids. Often the gonad type have a lot of kids. She was like all busy moms, no time for herself. She did not exercise throughout working with me. She's like just over the top, taking care of her kids. Some of them, had a lot of challenges going on, but by eating right for her body type, she easily dropped the 35 pounds. I think she looks so much younger, and she's so happy now. So finally, the pituitary type, you tend to gain weight a little bit all over, like baby fat, and usually you have a juvenile face, a juvenile appearance. Your fat can be a little bit more soft fat, and you are the quiet thinking type. So I love this slide. It seems familiar for me. Does anyone else have an overly active mind, especially maybe at 3 a.m. in the morning? Yes. So even though I'm not a pituitary type, I do have an overly active mind. So the pituitary type are really they love statistics or mathematics. They are very, very cerebral, and they need to learn how to get more in touch with their emotions, be more with other people. They can love a lot of dairy, so they can eat too much ice cream or milky things and cheese and things like that. And that often increases mucus in the body. So when they do that, they can have challenges with the respiratory system, bronchitis, sinusitis, a lot of allergies and things like that, because they're also, exacerbating that condition with too much dairy. So they need to reduce that. They don't need much sleep. They are very, they can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They need very little sleep. So the perfect plan for them is eating a big breakfast, a medium lunch, and a small light dinner. Now you may be thinking, well, that looks like me, like I gain weight a little bit all over, but wait, there are very few pituitary types, okay? So you have to think back when you first started gaining weight. Did you gain weight more upper body, your chest, your belly, your upper back, or do you tend to gain weight more a little bit lower body? Because there, as I said, very few pituitary types. As I said, they love their dairy and ice cream. And now, so eating right for your body type will help all these things across the board. All of my clients tell me I have way more energy. My cravings have gone way down, and everyone's like super surprised, but it happens every single time because you're nourishing your body with the right foods at the right time. Cravings go way, way down, and appetite is kept in check. So maybe at the beginning, when you first start eating right for your body type, you could be a little bit hungrier, but after about 2 weeks, you'll probably find, wow, I can't believe it. I'm not hungry. I'm not as hungry as I used to be. This is so amazing. I see that all the time. You also have these psychological changes. You feel better and more balanced, like I did. I was like, oh, so pleased. And often I see physical ailments completely clear up just in the process itself. People, their blood pressure goes down, the gonad types, their hormones balance, they feel so much better, and you will definitely lose weight where you most want to. So I always have my clients measure themselves, and we see the gonad types, their hips just shrinking. We see the adrenal type, their belly going down. So this is Claudia. She had lost 19 pounds and 10 inches. And she said that I completely helped her to eliminate her emotional eating. So I realized when I started my practice that I found, okay, I have the best healthy eating plan on the planet, bar none. I know that eating right for your body type, but unless I help my clients overcome the emotional eating, the emotional triggers, then they might resort back into their old habits and weight loss will be short term. So I trained in what's called RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, to help my clients overcome the emotional triggers as well. So I use that in my membership all the time. And yeah, obviously helping my clients overcome the emotional triggers by doing lots of written exercises, lots of healing, lots of things. This is Anna. She's a medical doctor in Spain. She found me online, loved working together. She was so surprised as a medical doctor that she had never heard about this body type weight loss, but it worked so well for her. This is Patty. Let's see if we can get the video going here. Little testimonial.
Awesome. And what was your favorite part about the program? I guess my favorite part was working with you, Sue-Ann. You were so supportive. You're so sincere. You really want to understand your client, and then you give the tools that are necessary to reach the goals. And because you know that you can show your client success, you really keep everybody on the right path. You've got all sorts of tools out there, and when clients are struggling, you give suggestions and show how to get those tools into your lifestyle. And sometimes it is changing an aspect like of my lifestyle. Not that I don't know how to do it, but you need that coaching and that consistency, and then that checking in, and having that each week's been extremely helpful. Awesome. And how many pounds did you lose? I have lost over 21 pounds. And I didn't know that I could lose that much weight. And I feel a lot better about myself. Awesome. And I loved working with you. Congratulations. I'm going to miss you. Thanks, Patty. Thank you. I'm going to miss you too.
It was so much fun working with Patty, and we're still in touch. She lives in Washington. So yeah, she thought she wanted to lose 10 pounds. She lost 21. So, and it's never too late. Like I have clients, a 71-year-old, I had an 89-year-old client who lost, I think, 12 pounds. So no matter what age you are, it's never too late. As I said at the beginning, I think our health is our most precious gift that we have. So if you think back to that question I asked you at the beginning, why is it important that you are here? And what is the thought now of your why, like, because when I start with my clients, I always ask them, what is your why? If you don't have a strong why, or when you do have a strong why, rather, then the how will take care of itself. It works so much better. So I think it's not only about eating right for your body type. It's, as I said, overcoming emotional eating for long-lasting transformation. This can be a brand new chapter of your life, no matter what age you are. And when the RTT, as I said, rapid transformational therapy, helping my clients overcome, one of them said, in 3 years of therapy, we never even touched on this. So can you imagine how much she paid for 3 years of therapy? Usually it's like $100, $150 a session. And just doing one session with me, we completely nailed it and figured out her triggers. So she was able to overcome the things that have been holding her back on her path to health. It's like such a powerful modality. And when I do the RTT sessions, I give you a personalized recording that you listen to every day. It's about 15 minutes to really instill that new positive mindset and new positive thought pattern to help you succeed long term. So right now you have two options. The first option is you can try to do it on your own again. You might continue to get stuck where you normally do. And I find it's so hard to do things on our own, for myself included, right? For my business, I am almost always in coaching programs and having people help me to know what my next steps need to be. There's always things that are changing in the online world and in the marketing world. So I always have someone helping me out or a team of experts to know what I need to do. So you might keep struggling, feeling frustrated, deprived, sabotaging your results, repeating the same patterns over and over. Or the second option, you can take action to get the support you need, learn how to eat right for your body type, get the accountability, which is key, learn exactly what to do, how to release whatever has been holding you back. So if you want to jumpstart your weight loss, my body typology membership is open today. Woohoo! But the doors are only open till this Thursday. So you have 3 days to decide whether you want to join us or not. And I invite you to not wait, because I don't know when I'm going to be opening the doors again. It might be next year. I'm not sure. So I know this is a tiny little writing, but it's one of the main things that I use in the body typology membership, the 7 pillars of health success path. So my main goal is to help you go from where you're starting to get to the end, the end goal. So whether it's your healthy eating, exercise, your thoughts, drinking more water, your lifestyle, your environment, or supplements and vitamins, wherever you are at on each of these pillars, we will help you. Each month, we usually have a different theme and help move you along the path to health. So by the end, you have all 7 pillars and you're doing great with all of them. And maybe, 1 or 2 you're still working on, but it's across the board to help you move and instill these healthy habits that you can then maintain long term. So how does it work if you decide, okay, like I'm interested in the body typology membership, how does it work? We start with a one-on-one consultation, whether you know your body type or not. Some people that join in have worked with me before. So you have a one-on-one consultation for about 30, 45 minutes. We figure out what your body type is. We figure out what's been hindering your weight loss. So it could be many things: stress, congested liver, hormonal imbalance. We go through all of that as a naturopath. You'll get your personalized body type plan, and then we'll help you get the step-by-step accountability and support to easily drop the pounds you want to. Whoops, sorry, let's go back. So yes, so you will join a group of motivated women for encouragement and support. Believe me, we cover all the bases. In the membership, you will not be left behind. And the group is still small right now, so you will get a lot of one-on-one attention. You'll have weekly Zoom calls, coaching Q&A. I will ask you to send me your weight every single week so we know exactly where you're at, if you're struggling or not. You have tons of materials, videos, all my 30 plus years expertise to help guide you, my cookbook, a simple little great food journal, helping you overcome all the emotional triggers. And I'm offering you a 30-day money back guarantee. So join the membership if after the first month you're like, you know what, this is good, but I don't think it's for me. I will give you your money back, no questions asked. So I'm giving you a fast acting bonus if you join today, or some people are watching the replay. So this will be good, say until Wednesday. So you can get a hard copy of my cookbook. I will send it to you through the mail. High on health, low on sugar. It has 95 super delicious, healthy recipes. And yeah, they're all of my favorite recipes that are so good. And you will also get my Natural Ways to Lose Weight ebook that's worth $29. And as I said, we will be doing a one-on-one consultation with me, which is worth $100 to go over all the bases of what might be hindering your weight loss and figure out your body type. So you have until Wednesday to take advantage of these extra bonuses. And obviously this is only for people watching the webinar because no one else will know about these bonuses. So if you're ready to join in, there will be a link below with the replay, which will take you to my website, which looks like this, the membership page. You just scroll down and you will see at the bottom, there are the 2 boxes so you can join in. It's $30 US per month. So if you're Canadian, that works out to about $40 per month Canadian. If you want to pay for the year in advance, you can save a lot of money. It works out to only $25 a month. So I'm keeping the price really low because I want it to be affordable for as many people as possible. And the great thing is you can jump in, and if after a few months you've lost the weight you want to, then you can jump out at any time. There is no amount of time that you need to stay in the membership. It's open for you to stay in as long as you want to. However, if you decide to leave and then later on you want to join back in, the price will be going up. So right now it's $30 US, but over time the price will be going up. So if you join in now, you will get locked in at that price for you. It will never go up. The other thing is, anyone watching in Canada, I do give insurance receipts. So if you have insurance coverage for naturopathy to cover you for naturopath consultations, I will give you a receipt for every single month. So for some people, it's like you're getting it for free. It's crazy. Once you click on the link, you will be taken to my sales page, which looks like this. You simply fill in your information and we can immediately book your free call to get on one-on-one with me and figure out your body type and get you started. And you'll have immediate access to the hub where you have videos and trainings, and you'll be jumping on our weekly Zoom calls and meeting the others. You also have access to the private Facebook group. So often we think weight loss is going to look like this, right? Wee, straight down. But how it actually works is there are so many things that will easily take you off track, right? It is a huge obstacle course out there. So the Body Typology membership is there to help you navigate all of those storms and fires and floods and all the things, you know, your well-intentioned friends that come over with pastries and Christmas and all the things. I am here to help you get over all of these challenging things. So yes, going back to why are you here, I hope that you have really kind of tapped into yourself and decided, you know, I really need to make a change. Things are not changing. Maybe you've been trying to do it on your own for quite a while, and we want to help you change this part of your life forever. I know a lot of my clients have great success in many other areas of their life, and they've only been struggling with the weight. So I'd love to help you out. So join us now to create the guaranteed results that you're wanting. Your next action step is to join the Body Typology membership. As I said, I'll be sending out the replay for those that are watching live. And if you're watching the replay, I hope to see you on the inside. My name is Sue-Ann again, and my passion is helping you transform your health and your life so you can have tons of energy to do all the things that you love. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope that this helped. If you have any questions and you're watching the replay, just hit reply to your email, and I'd be happy to answer any of the questions you have. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on the inside.